Hello, all you lovely people of YouTube. This is ep40, and welcome to another nice, buttery smooth episode of Rip's Talk Show. I don't know if you noticed when clicking on the episode, but we are now on episode 40, and for episode 40, I am joined by my good friends Atomic Hawk and Ziggy Z004, or also known as Zell King 67, or Derek, or whatever else you want to call him.
Well, I can tell you I don't advertise myself by my first name.
That is true. Point is, how are you two doing? I think this is actually the first time I've spoke to you two today.
It has. Been busy with work. Grind. Keep the grind.
Got that grind.
Has been...
For the background footage of today's episode, we have Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. So if you're a visual listener, I hope you enjoy that. Well, with that being said, there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Some of them I can't because I have still yet to put out my my Final Shape playthrough. That's because someone is making the thumbnail. I can't wait for that to be done. But the topic I really want to get into, and what I assume Derek and Hawk also want to get into, is the Xbox Game Showcase. And also the Games Fest, but we'll get to the game. There's like one thing we gotta talk about with the Games Fest. And that's the killer. Hello.
Yeah.
The one thing we gotta talk about with the Game Showcase is not the Xbox Game Showcase, but the Summer Game Fest is Killer Bean. Now I don't know anything about Killer Bean, so this would be like Hawk's territory. So Hawk, why should the people be excited about Killer Bean?
Bro, one, you play as a bean. Two, you play as a bean that kills people. And three, it just looks fun to play. That's all there is to it. Like, bro, you see him in the trailer, like, doing flips, slow-mo, fucking shooting bad guys left and right. Dialogue is cheesy, but this is how it is. That's how it is with Killer Bean. You just do stupid stuff, kill stupid guys, and you're looking cool while doing it.
The gameplay looks kind of fun, actually.
Baller, that's for sure. And that's one of the fucking phones didn't want to work. Ziggy's having trouble. I am. It's fucking crazy. Dang. Yeah, nice. Oh, my computer's on. When the hell did that get turned on?
I don't even remember anything else that came out during the showcase or like the Game Fest. But there was a lot of good things.
Some other stuff.
There was a lot of good things with the Xbox Game Showcase. Like that was hitting. I'm not gonna lie.
That was probably one of the best showcases Xbox has done.
So the main
ever,
so the thing they were advertising with this showcase, which I feel like I don't know. This is just my bias, and I know it's a bias, so that's why I'm admitting it. I feel like Call of Duty shouldn't have been the only thing advertised for this. You know? Like, I feel like Call of Duty shouldn't have been the only thing advertised. But to be fair, Gears E-Day, which I do want to get into after we talk about the other games, should have also been advertised, but I think I like its reveal as well, so I'm not going to be upset about that.
No.
I gotta say, there was a lot of good games shown at the showcase. Some I wouldn't play, but like they were good nonetheless.
I'm the only one lagging in this call. I think it's just you. Damn.
Yeah, no, the showcase. Well, one, we had Metal Gear, another Metal Gear Solid game, which that was pretty cool.
Maybe.
I'm trying to remember, like, I don't even remember much about that trailer. I just know Snake was in the jungle, and it wasn't Solid Snake, because we heard Naked Snake, and immediately Denmark and I just go, "No, that is not Solid Snake." I don't even know anything about Metal Gear. I just know that joke.
I don't know much about it either, but it seems like, remastered one of the games?
Maybe.
Back.
Honestly,
so,
it looks interesting. I might play it.
I do remember that sound effect, like, the warning sound effect.
Yes, that is like...
sound effect, yeah.
That's like
iconic.
Yeah, no, that sound is ingrained in my brain.
Brain is a membrane.
Wow,
membrane.
Yeah. There was... I'm trying to remember the other games.
Doom, the Dark Ages.
Oh, yeah, Doom, the Dark Ages. That was cool. He had a chainsaw shield, and he rode a dragon.
See somebody already... I forget which Doom game it was, but one of the older Doom games already has that.
I saw that.
I'm not
too.
shocked.
It was... Someone literally modded the day it was revealed. That's just nuts for the community. Just go ahead and start
it's
making
the Doom
shit.
community. Like, can we really be shocked?
No, not really. He's rocking that cape though, bro. Bro wants to fight against Kratos.
So, I think it takes place during like the actual medieval Dark Ages.
It takes place as a prequel to the Doom Eternal game. I think that's it. Even though I played the game, I've seen the lore. The armor that was used during that time was a little bit different. I think I'm not sure.
No, you are absolutely correct. I don't think they're using the right armor, but like,
who cares? It looks badass. They narrowed the visor down, make it look like more a menacing approach to the helmet.
To be fair, that dude just looks menacing.
Just the most menacing man in that universe. Demons fear him.
Yeah?
He rips and tears until it's done.
I gotta say, that dragon was pretty cool.
Dragon. Roar.
Excuse me?
Dragon do funny things like eat people. Eat demons. Probably. Maybe.
No.
Keep getting distracted, fucking doing other shit.
Committing war crimes. Destroy villages. I don't know.
I know there were some other games shown, and I'm trying to remember them. Going back?
Dude, is eating? Like,
Hold on, I got you. I'm bringing up...
on Snowden. Right now, the Team Fortress community is fighting Valve.
Yes, I saw that.
They're doing a... What was the reason again?
Because they won't update the game. And like it's got
the game.
it's got a bot problem.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, they're not doing it just because it's like we want to. It's not just for updates, right? But it's more along the lines of we want our game to be fixed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can... Yeah, I understand.
Like...
Let's see. For another game... Oh,
Go ahead and say that?
go ahead. No, I was going to bring up another game.
No, go ahead and
the
bring it up, because if you didn't, I was going to start talking about Gears.
Okay. So, we got Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm not... When it comes to simulators, This is probably the best looking one, and also the most expansive. It's not just commercial flights they're using. They're like using like actual this like firefighting flights and rescue missions and all that type of shit, which looks pretty cool. What else? There's also that Indiana Jones game.
Oh my god, how did I forget about that? Denmark and I, so the German guy was blonde and he had goggles on his forehead. So I made a joke. I was like, "Oh my god, it's Damon Baird."
Nice.
And you know, honestly, that game looks good. I wish it was a third-person game, but I understand. You know. But no, it genuinely looks like a really good game. And if I remember correctly, it's made by the people who made Wolfenstein.
Oh, damn. So they also the same people who made that one Wolfenstein game that was pretty bad. Oh,
I don't know anything about Wolfenstein except like the enemies that you fight.
The intro mission, I think it was Wolfenstein 2.
I don't even know Wolfenstein is mine.
It was really bad because they jumped from a crashing plane to another plane in air.
whoa.
By the way,
That's
people,
off the balls.
I'm being vague about the enemies of Wolfenstein for a reason. Because if I say the word on Twitch, there goes my Twitch account.
Oh my god, that's so dumb. You can't even talk about a video game plot on a video game platform.
I only know of it because of the Arizona meme.
Yeah.
The Arizona.
That's about it.
I'm from Arizona.
Shoots him.
The look of disbelief. What?
The Indiana Jones game looked phenomenal, though. And the guy who was voicing Indy actually sounded like Harrison Ford here and there.
Well, I thought it was Harrison Ford.
Oh, no.
Harrison Ford's getting a little bit too old.
You can hear the age in Harrison's voice now.
Yeah, that was kind of sad.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that reminded me. I can kind of hear. Speaking of like people getting old, the voice actor for Optimus Prime. I remember like watching a video where I don't know. It was like comparing the voices when he was doing the live action Transformers movies in like 07 and 09 and was it 012 or 11 when Dark and Moon came out? I don't know. And
I don't
compared to how
remember.
his voice was in Rise of the Beast. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I want to say it was 12. But, you know.
Very like deep now.
Well, let's see. Oh yeah, that was that Fallout DLC thing.
Oh, yeah.
For 76.
It's an expansion to 76. And the cool thing about it is it's the first time in the community, or like in the franchise, where you get to play as a ghoul.
Which is pretty cool.
Indeed.
Are they porting the Ghoul mod?
I don't know. It's I don't think there's mods in 76, so...
It's either 4 or 76, I'm thinking. When there's a mod where if you stay outside of the vault when the nuke drops, you spawn in as a ghoul.
That would be 4.
Oh, that's cool.
Because 76, like, you don't see the nuke drop.
Yeah.
In 76, it's like, guys, let's leave the vault. It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's
You're
go.
already in the vault.
Let's go liberate the wasteland.
Let's go.
Let's
Oh,
go commit war
I do have
crimes.
one thing too. We're gonna go back a bit. We already talked about the big things that we talked about in the fucking the Xbox showcase, but I want to delve back a bit to the gaming showcase.
Yeah, the
So,
Game Fest.
New Batman Arkham game, right?
Oh yeah, and
Batman
it's VR.
Arkham Shadow. It's only VR, which is just basically a slap in the face. Oh, we're finally making a new Batman Arkham game. It's like, oh sweet, finally, I was doing the Suicide Squad shit. When's it coming out? It's coming out later on VR. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I need an Oculus Quest for this shit.
No. You don't need an Oculus Quest. You need Oculus Quest 3. You need the new one. If you get the other two, it doesn't work.
We'll see. How much does that cost? Oculus Quest 3.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
Oculus Quest 3. You're telling me that if I want to get an Oculus, I have to pay how much? The exact amount, like a... Wait. Bro, just show me the damn... Oh. $500.
I gotta
Really?
buy a Series X with that.
Exactly.
Speaking
I don't...
of buying a Series X, there's a giveaway right now for people on Xbox. If you go on your homepage, this will randomly show up, but it's a giveaway to earn a Series X Destiny theme. It's a Destiny themed, or specifically Final Shaped themed Series X.
That was loud? Well, okay, I guess there was a Modern Warfare themed Xbox back in the day.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing for PlayStation. Like, this is just a general thing. There's probably a giveaway for a Final Shape PC as well. But I just know about the Xbox.
Is there? I didn't think anyone would do that.
The grand prize is the Series X with the controller. The first place prize is just a controller. The second place prize is the collector's edition of Final Shape. And the third place prize is a $60 Microsoft card. And all you had to do, and this is real. All I had to do was watch the trailer on my Xbox homepage. Like, this is a thing that they do sometimes. They did this. They did the same thing for Bluey.
Bluey.
Yeah, you heard me right. And I entered into every time I see it, I always enter it into it, no matter what the Xbox is, just to get a Series X. But, like, I was specifically excited for this one because Destiny, I play. Like, I'd be fine with literally any of those prizes. More so the controller or the Series X or, you know, the collector's edition. Now, I do want to talk about the thing I've been wanting to mention this entire time, and that is Gears of War E-Day. There's a lot to unpack there with just the title alone. One, it's no longer they went back to Gears of War. They dropped originally when they made Gears 5, they dropped the of War, and then Gears Tactics was also called just Gears, and then same with Gears Pop. With this game, they went back. It's called Gears of War, which I am very happy about. Secondly, as you may have noticed, it's called Gears of War E-Day. It takes place on E-Day, which means this is the Locust War. Which means we're getting a mainline game where we're not fighting the Swarm, but we're fighting the Locust again. And to that I say, finally, Jesus Christ. I don't particularly...
You spend like years with the Locust.
In the trailer, I assume we're watching Marcus go up against his first ever Locust. Because he's getting folded. He's getting thrown around. Like, he is, like, he's holding his own, right? But like he's still like getting his ass kicked and seeing him get genuinely hurt, which is not a normal occurrence in Gears. Seeing Marcus get hurt like that.
He didn't get badass over nothing.
Well, this is a war hero of the Pendulum Wars.
Basically.
No, I'm just straight up. He is. He's literally labeled as a war hero of the Pendulum Wars. Like when Anthony Carmine first sees him in Gears of War 1, he goes, "Are you the Marcus Phoenix, the one that fought in Asphalt Fields?" Which is one of the major turning points of the Pendulum Wars. So he's already a war hero, and like, you know, there's a reason. Dude's a good fighter, and he was still getting tossed around like he was nothing. And it's phenomenal. They released an interview on the official Xbox website about this game, and their whole thing is they want to go back to the nature of what made Gears Gears. So like dark, it's gritty. There's a horror aspect, specifically in 1, and there's something that I want them to re-explore that was in the first game and slightly in the second game, and I know Ziggy wants them to explore it as well. I don't know if this is for the people who haven't played Gears of War 1, but for the people who have, you're going to know what I'm talking about. There are these random scenes where Marcus, like, it'll either zoom in on his eye or the camera will change color, and usually when it changed blue, Marcus was sensing danger that was about to approach, and if it was orange or like an orangish yellow, he was seeing something that has already happened. Point is, what I'm saying is basically like a Spidey sense, but also like, I don't know how to describe the seeing into the past thing. Point is, he had a sixth sense, right? He had a supernatural ability. And I get this game's going to be like, how is everybody facing, dealing with the Locust threat, and Marcus and Dom are going to be kind of like starting their friendship, like, fully, like, to what, because it's not at all at the same level as it is in, Gears of War, like, 1 through 3, because of the fact that, you know, they're not as close as they are in the other games, because, their main connection to each other was through Carlos, which is Dom's brother. So it's gonna be interesting seeing them like fight about stuff, because like they're not as close yet. Because they said at the beginning of this game that Marcus and Dom are going to be basically mourning the loss of Carlos. Which is going to be interesting. But the trailer, like, we get this pan shot of this room, and then all of a sudden Marcus and a Locust drone burst through the wall, and like they fight. Like, Marcus slams a CRT TV into the drone's head.
Marcus was like, "Watch this, pop."
Basically.
That's a good joke.
He was able to grab his gun. He was able to grab his gun, but he wasn't able to shoot. And then instead, he got slammed into the ceiling, and his do-rag came off. So you just got to see, like, him with his hair out. He need the Locust in the chest to have him drop, and they fight some more. And the drone grabs a Retro Lancer from Marcus and almost kills him with the knife bayonet, but Marcus hits the drone with the butt of the gun and slams the Retro Lancer into the wall, disconnects the bayonet so he has more range, and then shoots the drone, popping its head off. And right when he takes a sigh of relief, the floor collapses. He's about to fall in. He grabs a pipe. The pipe's about to let loose. He's caught right before it drops by Dom. Then Dom hands him his do-rag. He puts it back on. They look out to see the city crumbling against this new threat. I want you to know, this is for the people who weren't there for my reaction, and just in general, yeah. When I realized it was Gears of War, I shouted so loud. I was yelling. I was so excited. I'm so glad we're getting another Marcus and Dom game, and the stories they can tell with this game alone, it's going to be great. And my question is, in every mainline Gears of War game, we get a Carmine. Who's going to be the Carmine of this game?
Finally,
I have a theory that it will be their dad. He'll be like a high-ranking officer, like Captain Carmine.
Actually, wait. Well, Rip, I don't know if we will get a Carmine because wasn't Anthony the first one they met?
Anthony, I don't think so. Actually, Anthony is the first one they meet.
Because in Gears 2, when they meet Ben, they're like, hey, your name's Carmine, didn't you have a brother?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't get a Carmine, that kind of sucks. But you know, it makes sense.
We could get a cameo from a specific Carmine that dies in on E-Day. Will Carmine, the first human to be killed by General Rom.
Damn. Well, this is
Damn, bro, I got 1v1 match. Kind of.
And you know what's funny? Right when Rom attacked, he was literally leaving, like, the military base because he was retiring.
Man was about to live life in peace until Rom decided, you know, I'm gonna be a bitch today. You and
Rom really came out of the ground and said, I fucking hate old people.
I fucking hate.
That's literally what happened. He's like, I fucking hate you. You're old.
I curse you. Let
You collapse physically.
With this blade, I curse you, kill you, and the rest of your family.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things. The one thing I will say is, a character that I know will show up is Ty. And the reason I know Ty will show up is because they said we're going to see how the Lancer was made, right? And in the comics, the Lancer was made because Marcus, Ty, and I forget who else was in the facility were fighting locusts, and their bayonets were not working, so they just decided, or Ty decided, he's just going to pick up the chainsaw right beside him and just kill the drone. And it worked, and they're like, you know what? That's a great idea. So they stopped using the Retro Lancers, and they made a chainsaw bayonet for the guns.
You know, technically, since they're the older version, aren't they just going to be called Lancers?
Yeah, they are. I'm saying Retro Lancer.
That name is going to be a thing. Well, I mean, no, I know what you're saying. I'm saying, like, I hope, like, at least before they add the new Lancer,
they're just calling it Lancer, like, just, you know, reload your Lancers, and, like, it shows the retro.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense.
What would they call the new Lancer then? fucking
Probably the end.
Or the Lancer Mark II, because that's what it is in lore.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hammer Mark. I don't know what they used.
It's crazy how we had the Mark II for the entire franchise, and we started using the Mark III in 5. Because what's also funny is the Mark II was basically made because of Ty. The Mark III was basically made because of Marcus, because Baird looked at Marcus's custom Lancer. It's like, damn, that's pretty good. And like, him and Marcus designed a new Lancer for the entire fucking military.
yes. You would think Marcus would get more respect in Gears 4 or 5 because of that.
You'd think he would get more respect in general. He saved the human race countless times, and he's still only a sergeant?
And they fucking blew his house up.
They blew his house up for nothing that he didn't do it.
Well, to be fair, a guy like that probably, one, doesn't want the responsibility, and two, I mean, he sort of became in charge when they were all, you want to call them rogue. They didn't really follow any rank because
when Prescott left.
Prescott ran like a bitch.
Yeah, Marcus was even though Marcus wasn't the captain of the ship, he was in charge of everybody, basically.
Bro, Prescott was like, we will come to where they breed, we will kill them like the animals they are.
We will go to where they breed, and we will destroy them.
I do like that speech very much, bro. It's a very good speech.
Oh, yeah,
That's
no.
what I was really just playing him up years. It was like, yeah, Prescott's a piece of shit, and he died at the beginning of the game. Like, well, it's so much for all that. I'm like, the fuck? What?
I mean, despite him dying like that, I still think that speech is phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know why did they do like a complete 180 with him?
Because fucking Polinski, or whatever the hell his name is, little bitch.
Cliff Blazinski and the other main writer of the campaign was actually Karen Travis, a big one of the. She wrote all the Gears of War books. Half the reason we know a lot of the lore that we do is because of Karen Travis.
Absolute legend.
You might also recognize her name because she wrote a lot of the old Halo books as well.
Really?
Yes. I forget what Halo books she made, but she wrote 98% of the Gears of War books that have released.
Nice. Joshua
Ortega also made all the comic books from like back then. And he was the co-writer of Gears of War 2. And apparently either he's helping writing with this game, or I'm trying to remember. He's either helping with E-Day or Gears 6, or he's helping with the TV show. He's writing for something Gears of War related right now.
Hang on. With the media, we get TV show and an animated movie, or
we're getting a live action movie, an animated TV show.
Ah, okay. I knew I got the two of them confused.
What else?
We still don't know.
We don't know when they're coming out, but like Netflix and Xbox and Gears of War all like confirmed, like these are real, and it was and they did it. They announced this in 2022, and I know they did because it was for the 16th anniversary of Gears of War, and this year's going to be the 18th anniversary. God, I can't believe it's been that long. But you know, E-Day, it's gonna be phenomenal. As I know I shouldn't like have like high hopes, like or not high hopes. I shouldn't have my hopes unrealistic, but there's no way they can really screw this up.
There isn't. There's literally like the game. Everything is outlined for them. There's no way they can fuck this up.
They have like everything there for them.
You have to try to make it a game.
Yeah, they better not pull a 5 on this.
There's no. Wait, what's wrong with 5? Or do you just mean the campaign?
Campaign.
Okay, I was like, gameplay's pretty fucking good. Yeah, no.
Oh, of course.
It's hard to mess up the gameplay for a Gears of War game, though.
For real.
Unless,
Well,
you know...
I mean, they use their source material like they're fucking supposed to. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You 343.
Yeah, 3-4.
Oh,
Nah.
343.
They at least with 4 and 5 they give Marcus' character right. So hopefully they won't have that much trouble with that.
Well, it's hard to not get his character right. Like, I know for a fact that when it comes to like their those characters, there's a very like this is how they have to be. You can't write them any way else because then it's not that character.
Fuck yeah, it's forklift time.
Forklift time.
Oh wait, that's a 9.
We like forklifts. I'm trying to think of what else could, like, I want to talk about when it comes to this game. Because, like, oh my god, the locust that... I didn't even, like, think about it. Imagine all the locusts that they can show off that haven't been in games for a while.
You think the Ranger will be in it?
You mean the Rager?
Oh, I thought it was called the Ranger.
No, it's called the Rager. Maybe. What I was going to say was a Berserker. Oh, no.
Yeah, too, really.
Actually, no, I don't think that... No. Because Baird had to explain a Berserker to Baird. Or Baird had to explain a Berserker to Marcus.
Well, I mean, they are rare, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But, like, there's a lot of locusts that they didn't have to explain. So, like, boomers, like, they don't have to explain boomers, right? Boomers can show up. Wretches can show up. Tickers can show up. Cantuses cannot.
No, I guess...
Oh man,
I guess technically speaking, they never really let Berserkers come to the surface because they're so hard to control.
No, like, Berserkers came at their own will.
I mean, yeah, but at this point, think about it. The Locusts are first emerging. They probably had them chained up for the most part.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of what would be, like, some bosses, though. Obviously, we're going to get a Corpser boss. We're going to get a Brumok boss. Maybe there's a Locust General in this game that they kill.
We're not going to see a Berserker. If they're smart, they won't put it in. I'll actually be a little upset if they do.
We could see Grinders and Maulers.
Wait, will we see a Mauler? I thought, or not a Mauler. Never mind, I was thinking of the one with the cleaver.
Oh, Butcher. No, we're not going to see a Butcher because the only reason we...
I couldn't remember if that was correct.
The only time we see Butchers is when we're in the Hollow, like, in the palace. Like, the only time we see Butchers is, like, when we're in their house, basically.
What about... What? No, they were in Gears 3.
No, they were in 3, but I'm saying in 2, the only time we see them is when we're in the palace. Like, of course we see them in 3 because, like, they really got nowhere else to go, so, I mean, everybody's on front lines, even the cooks.
Man, Gears 2 really was the best.
Because, like, the enemy placement made sense. You don't see butchers anywhere except when you're in their place. Like, in the kitchen, in, like, in anywhere near that area. Because even after that, you don't see them.
If there's ever a remake of Gears 2 for some reason, I kind of hope they would add the Rager.
Honestly, I was thinking about that. If they straight up just do if they do a remake of the original trilogy, not a remaster, but a remake, I wouldn't be too upset about the appearance of Ragers.
Well, all what Bear said, where have they been hiding?
Yeah, literally.
That was how many years ago?
17.
21.
Like, he hasn't seen these fools for, like, basically 17 years. He goes, "Are you kidding me?"
Where have they been hiding?
I love how they dragged Clay with them for that. It's like, Marcus is like, "You two, go do this." And they're like, "Let's bring Carmine." Like,
Yeah,
I gotta say, I think that's my favorite trio ever in Gears of War. Just Marcus, Baird, and Clay. Especially with the, "You better call Anya back. You call her back." Just the Aftermath campaign for Judgment is so goddamn good. And if they make an MCC version of Gears of War, for the love of God, give it Gears of War 3 controls.
They could, but also, I mean, well, I didn't in particular care for that controls scheme. I mean, it wouldn't negate anything if they ported it that way.
When I play that game, when I play Aftermath, it feels like when I'm playing 3, so I screw up the controls, and, like, it's annoying. Because when I'm playing, like, Judgment's campaign, it's like, okay, I'm playing Judgment. But when I'm playing Aftermath, it's like, okay, I'm playing 3. Nope, I'm playing Judgment because I only got 2 weapons!
I don't know how easy it would be for them to reformat the controls on that one, only because the game was already built a very specific way.
Well, apparently, like, it's easy to pull shit from, like, one Gears game to the next. Because, like...
Yeah, that's true, but the thing is, that game was already made to be played that way. Think about how the layout is. Granted, in the other Gears games, you did find your guns, but I can't remember. You never dropped them, right? They were just always with you. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of fuckery they would have to do to get that right.
Fair enough.
Now, granted, I don't think it would ruin the gameplay if they were to do that. I don't think it would change anything. I mean, you're still playing a Gears game. It's still regular. It's still fairly, the same. But they would definitely have to do a lot to make that go right. Now, granted, the irony is there's so many fucking guns in that game that it wouldn't even matter if they did. But it's just, I don't know. There's just something with the layout of the game that matters to that.
You know what's kind of funny I just remembered?
What?
All the guns in Gears of War Judgment are in the game files of Gears 5.
I thought you said they added a couple of them.
No, or there's the Marksa, but it's the Gears of War 4 Marksa. In the game files of Gears 5, there's a lot of enemies and guns that we just don't get to see. Like, there's the Bushka, there's the Marksa Mark 1, or Mark 2, whichever one was in Judgment with the sniper scope. There's...
That gun was so...
I think the breach shot's also in the files. There's also...
Oh, I really... When they update, or when the motherfucking collection comes out, I really hope when they update Gears 3, that in Horde mode, they get all those guns in.
Yes. What was I gonna say? I said there's the ink grenade, there's the Gorgon, there's the boom shield.
The Gorgon pistol wasn't in Gears 5?
No.
That doesn't even make sense.
It's in the files.
What the fuck were they thinking?
They were going to add it, but I think it was a situation where Microsoft told them to stop updating the game, kind of like MCC. But this time it made sense, right? It was because they're working on all these other projects. So this time it makes sense. But, I wish they released all that stuff before. Oh, yeah, I didn't even tell you the enemies that are in the files of Gears 5. There's a Berserker, there's every Boomer variant, there's the Wretches, and there's the Tickers. Maybe a Cantus? I don't think a Cantus was made yet since there wasn't a Gorgon. Fully finished. Because a lot of those... You know what's crazy? A lot of those guns are finished, except, either they don't have sound effects, or they're just done. The ink grenade was just done.
You're reminding me of how excited I was to see the Spiker return in Infinite, and then it never fucking did. This 343 is an ass.
Indeed. Well, I think that's all I'm going to talk about, or we're going to talk about in this episode. If you liked what we talked about, let us know in the comment section below. It's nice having guests again. It's been how many weeks where I've just done this solo? Point is, thank you, Derek, thank you, Hawk, and thank you, Leo, for joining me on this episode of Rip's Talk Show. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Rip's Talk Show. Goodbye, everyone.